Hi, everybody. Sherri Leopold here. I'm so excited to be back with you with another episode of Women of Worth 2022. I have this beautiful woman, the 2022 Woman of Worth Award winner, Sue Sutcliffe. Congratulations, Sue.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. A pleasure to be here.
I this award is designed to acknowledge women who really stand in their own power and who are writing their own history. And that is definitely you. I want to ask you though, Sue, what does it mean to you when you hear the words woman of worth?
That's a great question, really. And when you were the first person that actually asked me that, and I went through a series of different thoughts when that came. So first, my mind went to monetary because to me, value is money, and then I thought about maybe it's fame. And then I was thinking, no, 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 no. It's like, what are you bringing? What are you bringing to the table? So, in my mind, a woman of worth is someone that knows who they are, knows what their purpose is, and is doing their very best to just squeeze the most lemon juice out of the lemon. A woman of worth.
I love it. And it's so great because like when you're squeezing the lemon, you're everybody around you gets the great lemonade, right? Like that's the thing. They get the product and that's the point of this award and acknowledging what you're doing in writing your own history because your history is impacting others. So I do want to ask you because we are celebrating Women's History Month with this series. I'd like to ask you, Sue, is there some woman or women in your journey along the way in your success that have impacted you that you'd like to acknowledge?
Most definitely. For me, it's a clear winner. My mom is got to be my biggest inspiration. And her mom before her, really. I mean, I've been blessed with a really amazing family, but my mother is a leader. She was bold. She was bolder than most people when we were growing up, and she was a leader. She worked 35 years with the Girl Guides. She taught me how to love my husband because she and my father are still madly in love, and she taught me all the major rules that I had and supported me all the way along the way. It didn't matter. She taught me how to be a woman. She taught me how to be the very best I could be and to always try to push the pencil and try a little harder. I think I'm really blessed to know my mother. And quite frankly, whenever I think about what should I do, I think, what would my mom do? And so she's clearly the person that inspires me the most.
Awesome. And I too have an incredibly strong mother as well. And so I really resonate with what you're saying and how wonderful. I mentioned this in a previous episode, but I think it's so phenomenal, Sue, that like I'm asking you that question, right? About what impact that they've had. But the thing that's interesting to me is would they have ever realized the impact they were going to have on you, which is changing this generation? And it's something to think about. They were just doing what they do, right? And I think it's fascinating that it's had such an impact going forward. And we're going to ask you that a little bit later. But right now, I would like to ask you. I know what you do, but I would love for you to share a little bit about what you do. You are from Canada. I can hear the about. And I would love for you to share what you do and how you serve people because you've been doing it for many years and really are expanding globally. So if you could share that, that would be awesome.
Well, sure. Well, I'm a helper. I'm a creative, strategic thinker, um, and I love all things marketing and what I do. But what I do um, for business is help people grow. So I'm a CEO, virtual event producer, founder of a social enterprise called World Event Center. And we work with event organizers in industry associations, government, and higher education. People that are tired of black screens and boring faces and want to host virtual events that are engaging and interactive, that attendees stay until the end and want to come back for more. But it wasn't always like that. In fact, quite frankly, I offer digital marketing training and coaching to small businesses, especially startups that haven't hit the $1 million mark. Um, I mean, I have 40, almost 40 years of marketing experience, and I love to share that with businesses and help them grow. I just get a lot of joy from serving, and seeing my customers succeed, seeing them the revenue the revenue go way up, and seeing their lifestyle going up, especially with small businesses, because when you impact a small business, you're impacting a family, and when you impact a family, you're impacting the community and basically making the world a better place. And quite frankly, that's my mission. I want to make the world a better place. So yeah, so that's kind of what I do in a nutshell. Kind of coach
I
small
love it.
business.
And it's
Yeah,
so accurate because I've taken your classes, Sue, and I've learned a tremendous amount from you. I have grown personally and professionally from being associated with you. I publicly thank you for that. You're an incredible connector as well. You didn't really mention that, but you are so good at that.
thank you.
And I've also been at events at the World Event Center, and it's a really fun and amazing place to
Hmm.
be and connect with other business owners. So I want to ask, just on a side note, because you did mention global and stuff. We met as a result of the pandemic. I would say everything hasn't been bad. I don't think we would have met had it not been for that. So I've mentioned before that I do have gratitude in some parts for this pandemic this past couple years. But how has that changed marketing for you and your scope of your business? Because I know you're in Canada, and of course, I'm in the US. We have people watching from all over. How has that changed for you in your reach in helping people with marketing?
I think I'm with you. I think there's a lot of good things about the pandemic, is as much as tragedy, and I see that it's changed marketing fundamentally. I think it the pandemic put everybody online, even the naysayers that have been preventing it for years. So those that show up online are now competing on a global stage, and I think that's really critical, because um, it changes marketing fundamentally. But it also created a shift. With everything that changes, there's a reaction, and so the reaction to that was actually kind of neat, because there became a more of a trend to shopping local, and I think that's a community builder. I think that the internet got big, and all of a sudden we started to have all these connections and stuff, and I just love that. I mean, I just love that all of a sudden we can be anywhere in the world and really connect as a world. But I think it also kind of took us away from our community. I don't know about you, Sherry, but I know that there's a hill across the street from where I live that was empty. It was empty in the winter. It was the best toboggan hill ever, but it was empty. But not in the pandemic. I saw families coming together. I saw a lot of people walking. And from a business standpoint, I think what that's done is not only it's making people aware of our cyclical economy, where we really need to support our neighbors, because they're paying tax into what's taking care of paving our roads, etc. But I think the other thing is we have to be better digitally. We have to be better prepared to show up. And I think the other trend in marketing is, marketing to the person, to the buyer. Businesses used to be able to run events for people, especially and just in that particular industry, used to be able to run events for people as standalone or as virtual. And I don't think that's an option anymore. I mean, I think, I saw a lot of people when things started opening up going back to in person, and they lost the crowd that they'd been working with for the last 2 years. Um, and I think really we're coming into an age where everybody wants it the way they want it. And they and really, like, I think I've shared this with you before, nobody really wants to buy. Once I make a decision that I want something, I just want it, and I want it my way. And that's the way that people can shop now. So it's going to fundamentally change e-commerce forever, I think.
It's so true. It's just changed so many things. And you know what? Once again, it's about adapting. And it's one of the things you're just extraordinary at. And you're good at helping those businesses understand the flow of what is going on in the world so that you can adapt your marketing strategy for that. So, and I know that's one of your expertise. So, and that actually kind of leads a little bit to my next question. I love asking this question. So, Sue Sutcliffe, 100 years from now, when you're long gone, what is it that your legacy is going to be here? What is somebody going to say when they hear the name Sue Sutcliffe?
Well, I hope they say I'm a leader because I try to lead with integrity. I try to lead with love, and I think being a leader, I hope I've influenced people. I hope people feel that I made the world better because that's what I'm trying to do. Um, and and I hope it inspires other people to think outside their own box and look at what they can do to serve. I see a lot of new businesses coming out of the gate, and they are looking for what they can get. They're networking for what they can get. And I grew up in a volunteer family that where the values were that we should give as much as we can give. And I think honestly that what goes around ends up coming around, so it will work out for people. But I hope people learn that maybe a little bit faster because I'm leading by example. So it takes a village to raise a child, and it takes a village to raise a business. And we're all in this together. We're all brothers and sisters, and yeah, we're all changing the world with every action, good or bad. So
Absolutely, 100% agree. And you're putting those really good actions into the world, Sue. Can you share with people how they can get in contact with you, connect with you? I know one of your favorite things is just to communicate and get to know somebody. And I know they can get on your calendar. So maybe you could share a little bit about how they can reach you.
sure, I'd be happy to help any of the listeners here. If you think my skill set can help you, you can put Sue Sutcliffe in any search engine probably and find me. I was one of the first people on the internet, or first webmasters on the internet, so I'm everywhere. And book an appointment. I offer mentoring. A 15-minute call. I'll pour into you as much as I can give you, and that's just kind of the way I roll. So SueSutcliffe.com is my website. So if you can remember that, you can spell it, you can get there, but typing it in the search engine will work, or find me on LinkedIn, or you can visit us. A lot of times I'm hanging out at World Event Center. That's our virtual event venue and service center. And I just love talking to people. So yeah, you can find me there a lot.
And it's a great place to have an event. So if you're looking for a virtual venue that is really fun and different, and you can sit down at the table and literally talk to you, it's super fun. I highly encourage you to check that out. But do connect with Sue. She is a powerhouse woman. She is a woman of worth 2022. Congratulations, Sue, on receiving this award. You are so deserving.
Thank you so much, Sherri. I'm honored. You made my day, and it's been a pleasure chatting with you and knowing you. So thank you so much for the honor.
Thank you. The feeling is absolutely mutual. Tune in to the next episode, and thanks again, Sue.
Thank you.